funded by AICTE and SRM deemed university at a total cost of rupees 91.2 lakhs. These research schemes are in the areas of biotechnology, chemical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, mechanical engineering, physics and chemistry. In addition to the above, research project proposals at a total cost of 30.5 crores in the areas of nanotechnology, mechanical engineering, electronics and communication engineering have been submitted to the Department of Science and Technology. The university has a vision to have schemes in promoting academic research and international collaborations. Currently, 93 research scholars from different faculties such as engineering and technology, medical and health sciences, science and humanities are pursuing research in this university. National initiatives, international initiatives. The SRM University has constituted an international advisory board by pooling eminent academicians from reputed universities and industries in the world to maintain the quality of education in SRM University on par with international standards. In pursuit of imparting quality education in this university, arrangements have been made to have international collaboration with established international institutions by signing MOUs. To mention a few, a framework of agreement has been signed with Queen's University, Canada on 15/2/2006 to collaborate for joint research, staff exchange, student exchange, and tuning academic programs in the areas of alternate energy, nanotechnology, biotechnology, and infectious diseases. An MOU was signed in the gracious presence of His Excellency Sri Sujit Singh Barnala, Governor of Tamil Nadu, by the Vice Chancellor SRM Deemed University, Professor P. Satyanarayanan, and Dr. David M. Jones, Executive Director, Partners International USA, that is teaching affiliates of Harvard Medical School, to accelerate the development of high-quality clinical services by promoting staff and student exchange programs, besides collaborative research programs in the field of healthcare. Extracurricular activities. The SRM Deemed University has taken much initiative and interest to develop sports activities. The management has taken a policy decision to admit students on sports quota by providing complete fee waiver, free boarding and accommodation to deserving students. The university team won the first position in the state level basketball men tournament held during October 2005. The university earmarks an annual budget of about 3 crores to provide scholarship for deserving students based on academic performance, sports, cultural activities, and performing students with poor financial background, besides allotting a considerable number of seats in UG and PG programs for the boards of the university. The NSS unit conducted cleaning activities, blood donation camps, motivation camps, and also assisted in many college events. There are 10 days camps were held in nearby villages. The NCC unit has 83 cadet strength. Cadets attended the annual trekking camp at Gujarat, National Integration Camp at Calcutta, and the Army Attachment Camp at Secunderabad. The placement cell is very active in placing more than 80% of the graduates in reputed companies like Wipro, Infosys, TCS. Finally, I wish a bright and prosperous career for every one of the graduates. Thank you all.
Well, sir, your report has certainly made all of us proud of being a part of this prestigious institution. Now we have the pleasure of listening to the much-awaited convocation address of our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. N.R. Shetty, President IST New Delhi and Chairman National Advisory Committee. Sir, may I request you to kindly address our young graduates.
Esteemed Chancellor of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, which is a deemed university, Tirupati Pachamattu, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganeshan, the Registrar, the Controller of Examination, the Dean, Directors, members of the Board of Management, heads of department, members of the Academic Council, distinguished invitees, recipient of degrees, parents, members of the press, guests, and ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my privilege to be here on the occasion of the first convocation of SRM Institute of Science and Technology deemed university. I'm extremely happy to know that in a short span of about 3 decades, the SRM group of institutions grew from a primary school to the university level of education, encompassing the disciplines of engineering, medicine, science, pharmacy, nursing, physiotherapy, management, and so on. And thus offering every possible branch of higher learning under the university. It is my duty on this occasion to congratulate the management and the faculty of SRM deemed university who have dedicated their working life to the institution in a mission mode, and I wish them to continue the same with greater vigor and enthusiasm in the future. Besides infrastructure for an institution, it is the faculty which creates the academic ambience for any campus. In particular, I must congratulate the chairman for his vision and dedication to bring the institution to its present state in a very short period of time. Being a teacher himself, I think he has made the teaching community proud by his achievement to bring the university to its present state. Annual convocation is an auspicious occasion in the calendar of any academic institution. For SRM deemed university, there is an added importance since it is the first convocation of the university. Young friends, remember the days you have spent in the campus will turn out to be the most unforgettable in your lives. On this day, you young friends pledge to undertake a lifelong journey and happily prepare to enter the world of work, which is beset with a lot of complexities. You're all fortunate that you're graduating at a time when abundant opportunities outside the campus are beckoning you, and sky is the limit to all that you can achieve. I'm very pleased to congratulate each and every one of you on obtaining your degrees. I also express my special compliments to those of you who are specially recognized on this day. To graduates, it is the most unforgettable milestone in their career. In the 21st century, we are all aware that a new society is emerging, and in a world dominated by technology, knowledge is the primary production resource instead of capital and labor. The knowledge society is powered by innovative capacity. Efficient utilization of this existing knowledge can create comprehensive wealth of the nation and then also improve the qualities of life in the form of better health, education, infrastructure, and other social indicators. Ability to create and maintain the knowledge infrastructure, develop knowledge workers, enhance the productivity to creation, growth, and exploitation of new knowledge will be the key factors in deciding the prosperity of this knowledge society. Whether a nation has arrived at a stage of knowledge society is judged by the way the country effectively deals with knowledge creation and knowledge deployment in all sectors like IT, industries, agriculture, healthcare, etc. The emergence of a knowledge society results in major changes in the concepts of higher and technical education. Individuals or nations, only those who can generate knowledge, understand and access knowledge, and use knowledge to satisfy specific human needs will prosper. Education today has become a global enterprise, and excellence and relevance are the watchwords of tomorrow. A similar globalization is also taking place in the area of employment. People with knowledge and skill are in demand across the globe and have a high mobility. Indian software specialists and other professionals in emerging areas of high technology, like biotechnology, are seen all over the world. Many multinational companies are establishing their R&D centers and facilities in India, primarily because the quality of human resource in India at relatively low cost. The job market for a good Indian student is global. Any one of you can get employed in any part of the world, subject to the quality which is competitive enough. Communication media, such as the telephone, radio, television and internet, have made the world a cultural melting pot. You young friends are on the threshold of your life and career, and you must prepare yourself for the globalized world. You must try to have a competitiveness which is on par with the best in the world. Thanks to the foresightedness of our leaders of Free India, they chose science and technology. And we must remember Pandit Nehru for that. It was he who enunciated the scientific policy resolution as far as India is concerned. They chose science and technology as the engine of economic and social development. And today, India can boast of a reasonably strong educational, research and industrial infrastructure. We attained self-sufficiency in food and also turned out to be a net exporter of bulk drugs. In some areas of technology, high technology like nuclear and space technologies, India occupies a globally competitive position. In a world driven by science and technology, every individual must possess science and technology literacy to prosper. And irrespective of what you do, you must acquire contemporary skills and adopt a scientific approach. People with knowledge and skill are therefore the most potent resource of a nation in facing the knowledge era of the coming decades. Not capital and labor, but those with knowledge and skill. The young and educated knowledge workers of today, that is you, young persons, are the true asset to the nation. Educational institutions have a special role in this challenge. While India's wide network of educational institutions, some of which are even internationally acclaimed, vast majority of them impart average education. That is the worry as far as India is concerned. On the other hand, some of our young students make India proud in international platforms such as the International Science Olympiads. Our students certainly deserve an education that is of global standards. The challenge today is to impart education that is not only excellent but also relevant. Many of the technologies of today are interdisciplinary in character. It is also necessary to impart a spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship among the students so as to encourage our students to venture with enterprises of their own, and therefore these students will become not job seekers, but they will become job creators. I am confident that our educational system will respond to the changing needs of the coming years. For the last few hours, I have been in this campus. I am seeing various visible efforts being made to make education quality-oriented. Our base of higher education, however, is narrow. There are limits to the excellence we can achieve on a narrow base. Excellence is like the summit of a pyramid. Longer the base, the higher the summit. In defining a teacher, Rabindranath Tagore said, a teacher can never truly teach. A teacher can never truly teach unless he is still learning himself.